Greetings, students. Welcome to the lecture 5 in the video lecture series of Computer Applications, code number 165, chapter 2, Internet Services and Mobile Technology, part 2. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Rainbow Public School Garhwal Official, which is the official page for your school. And since the outbreak of coronavirus throughout the world, we have decided to resume our education online. So this is the initiative we have taken in response to the lockdown that our Indian government has imposed on our state of Uttarakhand. So in previous video lecture we had covered the topics of information retrieval, search engine, downloading and uploading of files, and we are midway through our web services. So we already covered chat, email and video conferencing. In this in this video lecture, we will be covering the remaining topics from e-learning till mobile technology. E-learning refers to the mode of delivering learning, training, or educating programs to all the users. So this video lecture in itself is a form of e-learning. So it is a playlist of videos. It typically consists of a playlist of video lectures that are created on topic, and then there are assignments, quizzes, exams, which are also there along with the study material like PDFs and PPTs. So what really happens is, as I already distributed the information in the class groups, that we will be conducting an assessment as soon as the first unit gets over, which comprises of this chapter as well as previous chapter. So that way I can track the progress of all the students, and we can do the assessment online as well. So that is a part of e-learning. So what really happens in e-learning is also that some of the universities which have a very costly programs or very um, time consuming curriculum, you can apply to their courses on one particular topic from wherever you are by means of internet and computers, and then you can, if you successfully complete all the assessment, quizzes and exams after viewing all the video lectures, so you are even awarded a certificate of online um, completion of that particular program, which is very well taken up in the resume and very well received that a person has done the online learning from such a platform. For example, Google provides online courses, and then there are others as well. So categories of e-learning are synchronous. It means at the same time. So interaction of participants with an instructor via web in the real time. So Google Hangouts is used in that case where people virtually log in and there is a virtual classroom. So all of the students are there in the class. They are logged in via their personal computers or their mobile phones, so we can see the attendance of them. So all of them attend the lecture in the real time. Then there is asynchronous. It means not at the same time, so participants complete the course at their own pace. So in the comment section you can mention whether this form of playlist that I have created is synchronous or asynchronous. Please mention that in the comment section. Next is the pros and cons of e-learning. So of course the pros are classwork can be scheduled, so office and family, and you can do it at your own convenience. Whenever you get time you can take up the classes, so it can be scheduled after office and family, before family time or maybe after the family time, whenever you are free. It reduces the time travel cost. You do not have to enroll full time in an institution, so that way the fees is also very less and most of the time it is free. Self-paced learning, as mentioned in the first pro, that you can wake up at 5:30 in the morning to do your assignment, or you can do it at 12 p.m. There is no time constraint. Depending on when you are free, you can just mm, upload the assignments, or you can just watch the video lectures whenever you get time. Can include different learning styles, so different type of teachers are there in a course, so they can include hands-on training, or maybe they will give you exercises, they'll give you some research material. That way different types of learning styles are combined in a video lecture. Successfully completed course can provide online certificate from the university providing the course. As I mentioned in the previous slide, you can get online introduction to some, you can get online certificates from many universities which are offering online courses, maybe international universities as well. So the some negatives of the online e-learning is without routine structure of student might not be able to complete assignment on time. So there is not a fixed routine structure as the course is self-paced. So one might not really get the time to complete it, his assignments. If the assignment is scheduled for this week, so he might miss out on the deadline. So student may feel isolated from instructors at time if he is not able to follow. There is no one to ask, and because these are already recorded instructions. As in case of this video, these are recorded instructions. You can email and message me later, but you have to watch the video lecture alone. And if you get a doubt, you have no option just to pause and rewind it. Instructors may not always be available online for helping students, as structure might designate a certain timing for meeting the students for online discussion. Slow internet connection can delay the work. This is the case with all of the internet related services that you have to be dependent on infrastructure related to setting up of internet and also the internet service provider. Hands-on lab is difficult to simulate because lab in case of hands-on lab in case of the school or institution is the that there is a lab attendant who is always there to help you out with the assignments, but here you are on your own in the e-learning. Next comes the e-banking, very commonly that is being used today. It has very much eased up the process of banking in today's world. Earlier, people used to stand in line to take out money from their accounts, and even old people today, those who are not so much technology savvy, they are still there in the line and waiting, increasing the length of the queue and waiting in the line for their taking out the money from the bank. So all of that is the thing of the past for those who are acquainted with e-banking, and it's not a very tough technology as well. It's not rocket science, so one can easily understand the user-friendly interface of the internet banking. So automated delivery of new and traditional banking products to the customer electronically is known as e-banking. Also known as internet banking, online banking, and PC banking. So these are the terms. It has a centralized database that is web enabled. So you can access it from anywhere in the world because it's a centralized database. You can just have to log on to the website of that particular bank and you are able to access with the correct credentials of your account. You are able to access it from anywhere. So all permitted options are shown in the website of the bank after user login. Once you enter the password and username, you are able to log into your account and you are shown a variety of permitted options that you can do. Two categories are there, transactional and non-transactional in nature. So transactional, as the word suggests, you are able to make the transaction. In this case, for example, e-transfer, bill payment, loan application, repayment, payment of EMI, buying of investment products. So the investment products include like if you are interested in the SIP plans, systematic investment plans, where the money is deducted systematically every month from your account, and it is invested in the share market based on mutual funds. So those are the things. So every maybe EMI, early month installments. So those are also paid if you have option to make that automatic. So every month automatically the amount will be deducted. Even in case of credit cards, there is a case that you can automate the payment of credit card bills every month or whenever the pending date is by linking it to another account. So all these options are available in the internet banking. Non-transactional category is where you are just able to see the information like my account summary, how much money is left in my account, bank statement, where were my expenses of last month, or what where did my money go in past few months or maybe past weeks. Checkbook ordering and such details are also mentioned, like IFSC code and my bank address and everything like that. Example, you know, you only need one. This is from SBI. Paytm you have seen for payment of bills. Paytm has also opened its bank. And then there is e-Sind passbook. This is for syndicate bank. You can just see your details here. HDFC Bank app, very simple and very modern app of HDFC Bank. Pros and cons of internet banking are as follows. So no geographical barriers and services can be offered at minimum cost. So there are no geographical barriers, and there needs to be a comma after this. So no geographical barriers as internet surpasses geographical barriers, and services can be offered at a minimum cost. Cost in terms of both time and money, as we already know time is money, and you do not have to take out a special day for just visiting a bank because the queue is going to be very long. So that way your time is saved, and even certain costs are reduced if you wish to access the online services. These are done by the banks to in order to promote the online services because their workload also decreases. So you can check your transactions anytime by the logging in into the application on your phone. Then there is a facility of e-transfer, e-wallet, anywhere banking. So you can transfer money to another account. You can pay it online. Then there are speedy transfers also, that a certain amount can be transferred very quickly. If you needed to pay a check to someone, so that check would be credited into the account after 2 3 days in case of conventional banking. But in case of NEFT or online transfer, you can just do it in a couple of minutes if the beneficiary is already added. Even if the beneficiary is all not added, they can be added in 3 hours time, and you can immediately make payments of as big as 1 lakh in a matter of minutes. So cons is it can be difficult for beginners. One needs to learn how to add beneficiary, how to avail the internet banking services, and now they have done so much of security for our own good. But these they have increased the number of steps in which we can transfer the money, and this can be a daunting and intimidating task for the beginner. That where is my OTP coming? Where do I need to insert OTP? OTP will expire in this many minutes. Will I be able to? So this can be difficult for beginners, but once we get used to it, it's no big deal. So not possible without internet, of course, as in the case of every internet related service. Security of transaction is a big issue. What really happens sometimes is your money gets debited from your account. Uh, uh, Debited means it gets reduced from your account and is not transferred to the destination account where the money needs to go, and it is lost somewhere. So this has happened in case of, in my own personal experience, this has happened in case of Beam application, and it has happened by CC Avenue was the payment gateway that I used. So it happens in case of poor internet connection, that your money is debited from your account and might not be credited to the destination account. So that thing is also there. Next comes the e-shopping. As the word itself suggests, e-shopping, we are doing it every time. Flipkart, Myntra, Amazon. So I've kept example beforehand. So you just select your product, add them to the cart, and apply the promo code if you had it. If you have it, this promo code will reduce. It will give you some discount and give you some cash back, or maybe give you some voucher for restaurant, or maybe some voucher for your next movie ticket. So that way, these promo codes, you apply them and then you make the payment. Finally, you receive OTP and you enter the OTP and your order is placed. It's as simple as that. They have made it as simple as that. Everything is available online today. So from books to hairpin to pen to online travel packages to whatnot. Even you can order someone from, there is a website, I'm not remembering that word website. I guess it is from there you can even hire people for cleaning your AC, or maybe for getting a massage and haircut at your home. So that website is also there. So for some examples are also Book My Show, where you can buy online your movie tickets, and some MedLife where you can buy online medicine. Make My Trip, you can buy holiday packages. Big Basket, you can buy groceries. Everything is online. Pros and cons of e-shopping is finding product online is much more convenient and very reliable. That's why it has gained a popularity so fast. It has caught fire. So money back guarantee is also there in some cases. If you're not satisfied with the product, most of them are giving cash back and money back to your accounts, and they even return the product if in case you do not like the product. So too many options and reviews are also there for your convenience, that other people liked it, so you can have an idea of whether you will like this product or not. You can also shop internationally in case your product is not available in this country. Cons are some of your products ordered might look good in the photograph, but they might not be really genuine when you receive it. So this is linked to the last point in the cons, which is you cannot feel the product while buying. Hence, you cannot really ascertain the genuinity of the authenticity of the product. Then the cons is delivery wait. You order today, you will get it after, in especially during this time in Corona, it is taking 1 month for Amazon to deliver the groceries. Then there are cases of online frauds as well, where they will promise you something really, maybe they will show the equipment to be very big, and then they will give you a very small equipment, and that's a kind of fraud in itself. So they are not returning every product also, so you might be of opinion that everything can be returned online, but that is not the case in every product. They might not do it. This is the e-reservation, as the word itself suggests. You're reserving a seat of maybe some aeroplane flight, or maybe some tourist packages. So you do reservation of even a hotel room, or whatever reservation you are doing online is a special category called e-reservation. So it means making a reservation for a service via internet. You don't need to physically go to the counter of a railway station to book your ticket. For example, irctc.com, goibibo.com, makemytrip.com, Trivago, Oyo Rooms, Book My Show, etc. Some of the pros in this case are that it's a real-time process, so you are aware that so many seats are available. If I book the seat and in the middle I see that there are 20 free seats, and I start booking the ticket, but I change my mind after some time. So I'll be, as soon as I click on cancel button, I see there are now only 15 seats available. So by the time I was making my own decision of going with the booking, 5 seats had already been booked. Or maybe the cost of the flight, it increased while I was still thinking whether I should go or whether I should not. They increased due to the high demand of that particular flight. For example, there are certain days like after Diwali, everybody would like to go back to maybe a certain area to work, like Delhi. So from many nearby cities, small cities, everybody would like to book a ticket for Delhi. So that way we can see that in a real time we can see that there is a high demand for this particular ticket. So we have to book that online, so that we can online, and a few days before uh, the actual holiday, so that we get the proper seat. So these are all real-time process, which means the data is being updated as every second. So So this kind of information is available in case of e-reservation. You can access more info online, can compare, get better services in case of Trivago, where you can compare online rooms and get better reviews. And websites can book in advance and cancel online as well. So you can there is a cancellation facility as well for online booking. Then there are cashback offers as well. Some cons are again you need internet and PC to book it. This requires credit card or online payment method for of course the payment, and there are also some fraud practices similar to the ones I mentioned in the previous case, that some fake travel agency might take your money. You might be tempted. Some new website might come up on the internet promising you a travel holiday to say Sikkim, and then they will take your money and they will not show you the proper rooms which they showed in the website while you were booking. These kind of fraud practices might be there, or maybe they will just take your money and run away. So that these things are there. Next is the e-governance. So as the word itself suggests, e-governance refers to integration of information and communication technology in all the processes which aim to enhance the governing processes. So there are websites of state governments, every department of state government, every department of central government, with aim to simplify the processes for everyone, so that people are more aware and can research the online websites put up by the governments, that whatever they need to research. Then e-governance can increase the scope, scale, coverage of information and services of benefit of general public. So general public can easily access any website, and they can get to know the new schemes the government has released where they'll be able to avail some new benefits. Type of interaction in e-government is there are certain type of interactions. For example, there are certain types. So government to government websites are there. For example, the interaction there is between the state government or the central government. So they'll have a separate type of interaction. Government to citizen interaction. These are the schemes released for the citizens to avail the benefits. Then there are government to business interactions where there are special schemes for the businesses. Like in case of Uttarakhand, the hotel was declared an industry. So hotel was declared an industry status. So new schemes came up for the hoteliers in Uttarakhand. Government to employee, then there are separate type of interactions where employees can see their records of government departments which are only relevant for the employees. So some examples I will even show you in subsequent slides, some examples where I have interacted with the government websites, e-governance. But before, we will look at some of the pros and cons. Advantages and disadvantages of e-governance. So advantage is it's cost effective way of spreading information for everyone. Speed and efficiency. So it has become more efficient rather than publishing it in the newspaper and spending money with the newspaper of sharing information. This is much more efficient as people can access it anytime. Minimum use of hard copy, and because it is online, so no need to publish and print unnecessarily. Increase interest of citizens. Citizens will now take interest in the related department. For example, you can also log on to CBSE website and see what all schemes CBSE are coming up with, what are their orders for all the schools to follow, and what are the news for the new students. Easily accessible and transparency. So these websites are easily accessible and it is transparent because now you are directly interacting with the government website. So you are now getting information straight away from the official website of a government from that particular department, for say example education department or maybe health department. So you can easily quote this is mentioned in the official website of government, and it is an authentic source. So some disadvantage again, poor IT literacy of people, then lack of electricity and computer in rural areas where people are left out. because of the point one, that is poor IT literacy, and point two, lack of electricity and computers. Then there are some privacy problems where you you might not be in a proper anonymous state in the internet, and your ID may be tracked down, your IP address might be tracked down, and they might come to know. Some hacker might try to steal your information. Lack of communication between different departments. So this is also there. Even departments of governments are not, all of them are not having the proper infrastructure of internet. So they are also having the lack of communication between two departments, and updation of information also takes a lot of time between two subsequent departments. Alright students, so here are some of the examples of e-governance. So this right here is the website of vahan.parivahan.gov.in. So this gov.in will tell you that this is a government of India website, and then you can see these symbols, so you can see that it is an official website for Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So you just need to enter your vehicle registration number over here and press proceed. As soon as you click on proceed, you will see a variety of options such as pay your car tax and basic services, transfer of ownership. If you sell your car, then you can apply for transfer of ownership and maybe apply for fitness renewal of the car or the bus, pay the balance fees fine, application for NOC, duplication fitness, RC particulars, renewal of registration, alteration of vehicle, mobile number update. So these are the services for which you had to go to the RTO office of your district, but you can just simply go to the this particular website of your state, and by entering your vehicle number you can simply pay your tax over here. See, for example, you click on pay your tax over here, so you see your registration number, you validate it, and then you will be able to pay your tax for this particular whichever vehicle it is. So that way you can see. So this was one example of e-governance, and that way the corruption has also reduced, because if you happen to go to the RTO office, so they might ask for some additional money to speed up the process of tax payment or whatever, the NOC certificate. Next comes the RTI website of Uttarakhand government. So you can see this is right to information, Uttarakhand Information Commission. Here you can do a lot of things, like you are able to know about the RTI Act. So this is for the public to know. RTI guide is also there to help you out if in case you want to file the RTI, and then RTI rules 2013. So you can read all of these, where all of these documents are available for the public to read by the government. So this is one example of e-governance where you can read all of this information without going to any office of the government. Then you can file online complaint. If you click on this, then this particular complaint entry web page will open, where you can see where your complaint lies, public authorities, CM office. So you can make it to CM office as well if it is a very big issue in your area. For example, CM office also, and it is also related to say some forest department. So whatever your wherever your complaint lies, in whichever category, you can mention it here. Fill this form, name everything, fill it, and you can even you can even add supporting documents in form of PDF or PPT, whatever is there. Then finally you can click on submit button. Finally you can click on submit button, and then you'll be able to submit your complaint as a RTI. So that is there. So these were the two examples. If you want to see the website of CBSE, it is also a e-governance website. So CBSE website. So here you can see what are the latest circulars that they have come up with for the students and schools in the CBSE website. So these are the stay safe. These are the MHRD's important directives for school and higher education. So Ministry of Human Resource and Development, they have given some directives, lockdown and opportunity for education, and all these are public notices. Everything is given by the CBSE procedure for making request to CBSE. Everything is mentioned here. So and these are e-pariksha, and for example, this is affiliation corner. So schools can apply for affiliation in this particular web page. It will take you to another website, cbsef.nic.in. So we do not need to go to the headquarters of CBSE in Delhi. Rather, we can just apply for affiliation while logged on to the CBSE affiliation. So they have reduced so much of our work by we do not need to go to any headquarter in Delhi or any physically we don't need to go anywhere. So that way, all this our work has been reduced and it has given us so much of convenience. So this was one example of e-governance. That is all. Thank you very much. E-groups refer to the online club and is a group of persons and individuals who come together for a specific or common purpose. As the word itself suggests, it's again a group of people, but it's in on electronic platform to share ideas, FAQs, help community building, internet based discussions. For example, you might have a school group, you might have a class group, sports group, or maybe a dog lovers group where you just talk about the dogs and their problems, and maybe anime lovers. Depending on your interest, the groups are there. For example, hobby classes group, dance classes group. So all these kind of groups are based on a particular common interest, and it is generally made to share ideas and FAQs, frequently asked questions. Then again, positives and negatives of a e-group of an e-group is positives are it helps maintain social relationships because one of the group person might come up with a problem. Okay, for example, it's a group dog lover group, so my dog is shedding a lot of hair. So another user might respond who might be much more experienced in handling dogs, that you need to apply this kind of oil or you need to apply this kind of brush. So that way social relationships are also maintained, that they will become better friends and facilitates communication. That way they are communicating about how to resolve the matter, and it facilitates research. So they might share the link, so read this article about dogs health, or read that article about dogs ailment. Facilitates learning. That way the other group users will read the articles which are shared, and then they will learn and grow strong as a community. Less time and cost. So less time and cost is that they are able to quickly respond to each other's question and answer, and free of cost mostly. For example, any WhatsApp group of your class. So the information is given to all of you in your all. There is this school administrator who is always giving information, and that acts as a authentic source of information. So updating of knowledge, your knowledge is updated as soon as some new information is updated on the group. Then some of the issues are there is no privacy, so some group members might not be aware of other person's privacy. They'll be sharing unnecessary things, unnecessary links, maybe inappropriate things as well. So rumors can also spread in the group when people are not aware of something. They might spread the rumors. This especially happens in case of WhatsApp, and they are spreading wrong information without confirming the source first. So that is a, especially in case of corona outbreak, which we are witnessing nowadays, people are spreading wrong information, which is causing harm to other people. So wrong information can spread. It is linked to the rumors. Hard to follow logical sequence of messages. So someone, this happens in case of groups. If a person logs in at 8 a.m. and he's seeing some of the tips to deal with corona. So if next he logins at 10 a.m. So a lot of messages are already being replied by that time. So he forgets what is really happening, and so many messages, hundreds of messages. So it is hard for him to follow the logical sequence of what they are talking about. This also happens in a group. Next, this is a very common phenomenon, social networking, and this is, I'll say, the lifeline of the lockdown and the quarantine period of most of the people. They are taking it to the social media platform, and some of them are making TikTok videos, some of us are uploading YouTube videos, and we are spreading information and via Facebook. When, especially due to the corona, we are not supposed to touch any foreign object, even newspapers. So the social networking has prevailed in this time of outbreak. So some of the examples of this are Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. It is a grouping of individual into specific groups like small rural communities. So there are again the group of individuals whom you know, and then you form a social media networking with them. You interact with them online. You ask them questions, or maybe you express your views, share your thoughts, comment on each other's thoughts, comment on each other's photographs. That is there. So there, this is a homework for. There are two homework for you guys and one comment work represented as CW over here. So homework one is write about your favorite social networking website. Write 50 words regarding whichever is your Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, where you have the account, how many followers. Write 50 words. How many followers, how many you follow, what are your favorite pages, and everything related to that in 50 words. Write advantages and disadvantages of a social networking website. This is left for you as a homework. Write anything and everything which comes in your mind. Write at least five of each, because this is a very popular thing. So I have not mentioned the advantages and disadvantages of social networking website. You can ask me in the comment sections what are the, if you get stuck, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. So comment work. Please tell me in the comment section whether YouTube is a social network or not. I'll be waiting for your comments. Finally comes the mobile technologies. These are used in cellular communication and other related aspects. These are used in your cell phones. It uses a form of platform where many transmitters have the ability to send data at the same time on a single channel. In addition to this, you're always using the mobile phone, you're roaming here and there, so there needs to be, we learned about the long-term evolution in the first chapter. So LTE is at play in this case, where you have to be receiving the data at all times, whether you are moving from one place to another place. This platform is also called Code Division Multiple Access, CDMA, and mobile technologies have evolved from just being a phone used for calling in the ancient times, where you used to dial it on the, there used to be some keypad and used to dial it, to modern day smartphones where you are not simply using it for the calling purpose. Today, Android phones are being used for GPS navigation, internet gaming, etc. Just remember the last ad you saw about a phone. Nobody is saying that you use the phone for calling. They're saying you use this phone for the camera megapixels. This has a very high camera megapixel, and this has a very high motion sensing picture. Nobody is selling it as a, you can use this phone for calling. Nobody is saying that in today's, even though it was invented for calling someone else, today they are selling it by saying it has a 4G capacity, it has a so many GBs of RAM, and it has You can use this for gaming experience and whatnot. So this is the kind of evolution that has been taking place in mobile technologies. 4G, SMS, MMS. So you are already aware about these. I'll briefly go into the details because already these is there briefly in your syllabus. Not to go into details of this. So third generation of mobile telecommunication, also known as tri-band 3G. This was uh, this was introduced in I guess 2000. 4G was introduced in 2012 in Bengal by Airtel, and 3G was introduced before that. So information transfer rate of 200 kb per second allows video, audio, graphics application. More speed of internet than it says 200 kb per second, but actually it was more. So applications are wireless telephony, wireless internet, video calling, mobile TV, etc. Then came 4G in 2012, and it was the fourth generation of mobile phone communication standards. Provides ultra broadband internet access. So that is a very high internet speed, up to 100 megabits per second while moving and 1 GB per second stationary. Applications are online gaming, HD TV series, 3D TV series, cloud computing, etc. Then is the SMS, which stands for Short Message Services. It is a text-based messaging service. We all have seen this, what it is, and we can send only a limited character, 160 character of mobile devices. For the mobile devices, if you send it more than that, then it will be sent in two parts: message part one, message part two. SMS can be transmitted to anyone with roaming service capabilities. Then comes MMS. It is just an extension of SMS, stands for multimedia message services, and you can add videos, text, images, sounds, etc. Allows user to send multimedia message. It is an extension. MMS supports is integration into SMS. So if you are writing a SMS and you happen to add click to add a an image, so it converts it directly to the MMS and you are able to send multimedia message services. So that is all. Your second chapter is now over, and so is your unit 1. So that is all for today. Hopefully we'll interact in the group messages where we will take your assessment and we will do the online test. Till then, this is the end, and Jai Hind. Thank you.